Okay, so I've noticed that a lot of people have been viewing this video over the years that it's been up. There's been some changes that have come into play since this video has been up. If you are not concerned with your privacy, you can still use Open Joystick Display. For what it is honestly the best option for pretty much everything that it does. Nothing is quite as robust or as fully featured or polished as Open Joystick Display. However, probably wondering why this video you're watching now exists if this program is so great. Well, there's two reasons. One, if you open the exe file in a text editor, you will notice that it's calling back to some creepy things. There's some telemetry. It phones home to multiple different countries, etc. So that's a little bit weird. And if you're fine with that, you run into the second issue, which is not only did the creator, when I made this original video, stop supporting it, but now the creator has actually completely scrubbed it. If you go to the GitHub, it's read only. You go to releases, there's nothing there. It's just gone. He doesn't supply it anymore. If you go to his, it's just gone. So you can get it from archive.org. If you are going to get it, do not get it from archive.org. Get it from Softpedia. Reason is, get it from archive.org and you try to get the newest version, there is no exe file. You're going to have to get it from Softpedia. Okay, and this is the newest version, 2.8.0. Now, if you want no creepiness, something that's still supported and also does what Open Joystick Display does, but again, it doesn't do it as well. Excuse my yawning. If you want that, then there's a couple of options. Number one, this is going to be on none. You can come to GamepadViewer.com. This is the old school way of doing it. And when I put that original video about Open Joystick Display up, I talked to one of the developers from GamepadViewer.com. He added the functionality that He added the additional functionality that Open Joystick Display had that nothing else had into GamepadViewer.com. So if you're one of the few people who's wanting to display your fight stick and maybe you have the Injustice fight stick for PS3 like I had or whatever, Gamepad Viewer's got you covered now. Now, I'm not going to set this whole thing up because I'm entirely too lazy, and also I'm not plugging that keyboard or that fight stick back up. But you're going to have to come to this page and it's going to be completely blank. There's not going to be a controller here. In fact, this part up here will probably not be here. You're going to come to this page and you're going to start pressing random buttons and directions on your stick. This will come up, hit player 1, and then click on the Xbox logo. Put it to fight stick. Okay, that's the first thing. And it does. Yeah. And again, I'm not gonna reconstruct my Injustice stick and plug it in and set it up and all that, but it's gonna map everything to Axis 9. You can use a few different methods to get your raw data values. Um, you can use, again, Open Joystick Display, or you can use, I think Gamepad Viewer has this option. Yeah, okay, here. So you have options to get those raw data values to set everything up like you would in Open Joystick Display. You have that option. However, if you're specifically wanting it for a fight stick specifically, okay, there is another option. Uh, FG Input Logger. This is the best one. This one has one feature that not even Open Joystick Display has. This has an option to not only show the actual inputs directly from the game. I don't know why they would use Street Fighter V here. That's kind of disrespectful. It's such a great program, but whatever. Um, Not only do you have the option to, like I said, use the actual inputs from the game, as well as swap them out for your own inputs. You can use fucking naked anime waifus if you want for your buttons. It lets you do whatever. Um, you actually have the option, like right here, show frames on buttons. Now, what this does is it actually does more than it says. It will show you the number of frames that you press a button and the number of frames that you press a direction. So if you hold it for, say, 2800 frames, it's going to count up. Now, I never myself used the play sound on button press. I think that would probably get pretty annoying with how I mash, but this is something that works really great. And they don't show it in this photo, but I only ever used the Street Fighter. But yeah, here we go. You have all these different options for your themes. And those are just the built-in ones. Like I said, you can actually swap out, I do believe you can swap out the directions and the buttons for whatever photo you want. I think it's limited to PNG and BMP format. I could be wrong, but yeah, right here. The number of frames. That's awesome. So, and this is something you can actually between the between this program and knowing how to work OBS, you can make this as big or as small as you want, horizontally or vertically. So that's something you should probably consider. And I don't know if this is still updated. Yeah, no, it's not updated anymore. The last version was 2020, but it still works. Um, it works great actually. Um, it will probably take a bit more tinkering to get it to be quite as fancy looking as your stuff here, but there's no real reason that you can't use both if you want that. So think about it and just know that this video is super old. Okay. This video is so old, dude. Oh my god, my sound sounds horrible. Ooh, ooh, excuse me. This video, yeah, it's so old. I had Streamlabs and OBS both installed, and I was still running RTX Voice. DaVinci Resolve was version 16. That's so old, dude. That's before I was running Brave browser. Anyway, that's the video. I hope you guys learned something. And as always, go fuck yourself.